Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we, and by we I mean me, Appo, my co-host / co-founder Vincent, we dive into the streaming services and we tell you, the listener, and of course the viewer, what is worth it and what is not. Now, Vincent, are you there?
I'm here.
I got you. I've got you on the line now. I couldn't hear you before, but I can hear you now. Vincent, we are here, and I just want to tell everybody, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, I want to tell you a couple of things. I want to tell you one thing, and that is to like and subscribe. And I want to tell you the second thing, which is we are in the process of creating another channel to add our podcasts to. So you may not find a podcast here if that's where you're looking for them in the next couple of weeks. But that might take some time. Some time.
This also might just be on another channel. Like, we just don't know that.
It could already happen? Is that what you're thinking?
It could already happen. Who knows? we just don't know what's going to happen around here, you know? It could also be on the Mick and Ori YouTube channel. Like, who knows?
I mean, and if it's there, make sure you like and you subscribe. And Vincent, look, we're doing this late again, so as you can see, I have no eyes. Oh man, I got low batteries over here. I have no eyes. My eyes are dark circles on this screen, so I apologize for that.
That's okay.
But Vincent, today we are doing 2022's very own Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
A reboot, if you will.
A reboot.
You know?
Yeah. All right, do you want to give them the statistics and then we can jump right into this?
Yes, sir. Of course, man. Of course I can give them the statistics. So this has got the 7.1 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 82% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this went straight to streaming on Disney+. And trust me, if you search up Disney in different languages, you'll know what's up. But let me give you a synopsis and then we'll get into this. Is that a deep cut reference that only like maybe you and I would understand?
That's a deep cut reference that only you and I will understand.
Chip and Dale live amongst cartoons and humans in modern day Los Angeles, but their lives are quite different now. When a former castmate mysteriously disappears, Chip and Dale must repair their broken friendship and save their friend. Now that's a fantastic synopsis.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to that, but that's okay.
But if you were listening to that, you'd say that's a fantastic synopsis.
That's what I would absolutely say that.
So really, if you're still thinking, what is this movie? Well, I don't get it. You know, Chip and Dale. What are they doing in the modern day with humans and whatnot? It's Roger Rabbit for the modern day.
I don't know what a Roger Rabbit is, but sure.
Well, you just didn't watch movies. You just watched the Snow White special edition, didn't you, when you were younger? Well,
that's right. I was strictly Snow White special edition. I know Roger Rabbit. That's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I know that one.
That's right.
But I don't know what that movie is.
But that movie was essentially what this is, where it's Roger Rabbit and other cartoon characters are living amongst a human world, and they're solving crimes and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's this movie, but it's just the modern day version of it. Now, Vincent, the reason that I chose to do this movie this week is because there's been a lot of buzz. Like it's like if you went out there, you'd be thinking, man, we are repopulating this earth. Things are going to be good because there's so much buzz around. Like the bees are out, numerous. But you know what I'm thinking? Not only does it have buzz, I'm also thinking, man, this has got actors in it.
Bro, this has got actors. I was watching this movie and I was thinking, man, this is just Disney flexing all the properties they have. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if they've got all these properties or they were able to license them, but they had like Rick and Morty in there. I didn't know Rick and Morty was a Disney property.
I don't know if it is, unless it's on like Stars or something, but I thought that was like its own thing.
So I don't know if they just license everything, which is kind of nuts.
They had Winnie the Pooh and some other things which I think have moved into public domain as well. So I think that they probably got some technicalities through that. They were able to get some things that were previously under another corporation. But they had DC stuff. They had Batman from the Batman versus Superman in this.
Yeah, that's right.
They had E.T. They had E.T.
That's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Warner Brothers is Batman. I don't know if E.T. is
E.T.?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Is that Emblem? Is that like Amblin, the Spielberg company?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Or you know, who else did they have in this movie? I've got calls coming through. It's
Bro, who's calling you at 9 p.m. on a Friday
night? 9 o'clock
night?
on a Friday. Where do they think I'm going to go, man? I'm here doing the podcast.
Bro, don't they know
I'm
you're
here with
doing
my
the
friend
podcast?
Vincent.
The
We might
podcast
be on
where
the original Back Catalogue. We might be on the original Back Catalogue channel. We might be on the new Back Catalogue channel. So they had Kung Fu Panda in this. They had let's see, who else did they? What else? Other things did they had? They had Sonic.
No,
what's Sonic from?
they had the. Okay, that was hilarious. We could talk about some of the.
Well, let's
things.
should we just give a bit of a rundown of some of the main cast, and then we'll get into some of the characters that they play.
Yeah.
So the two leads of this movie is John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. And if we're talking comedy, we're talking John Mulaney and Andy Samberg.
Who's John Mulaney?
He's a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. He's done a lot of work on Saturday Night Live. He also is in that very new popular show. What's that popular show where it's all about puberty?
Human
but what if
Resources.
like puberty was sexual?
Oh, what?
Yeah, but it's cartoons, so like they can get away with it.
I don't
Big
know.
head, big mouth.
Big mouth.
Yeah. Did you ever see Big Mouth?
No. But like I've seen people with big mouths, and it's not pretty.
So this has got this is.
No,
so I'm just looking at the.
anyone with a big mouth.
I'm just looking because there's that lady with the biggest mouth in the world, and you know she is doing good things out there for the community of big mouth people. But there's John Mulaney. He plays Chip, and I'm here on the internet, and it says Andy Samberg plays Tack, TAC.
Bro, Tack. I don't know what a Tack is, but Andy Samberg definitely wasn't him.
So we've got Andy Samberg playing Dale. So that's the titular Chip and Dale. Then we've got Seth Rogen in this movie. I don't know what's going on here because Seth Rogen he's down as Kung Fu Panda.
Are you? What are you looking at?
I'm just on Google. I'm on Cast in Google.
Nah, you're the wrong thing, bro.
Dude, look at Google. Look at Google for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and Seth Rogen is Kung Fu Panda.
Bro, I'm looking at. Okay, I'm on IMDb. All right, we've got.
Don't worry about IMDb.
I'm worried about IMDb because you know that's
tell
where
who
it
we
is.
got.
Seth
Tell 'em who
Rogen
we
is
got.
as Bob the Warrior Viking. He's also like a whole bunch of other dudes that are from Disney properties as well. Pumbaa, Mantis, and B.O.B. Because they pop up in the end, which is it's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, they do the Seth Rogen laugh, and everyone's laughing. Bro, that's the Seth Rogen laugh, and it's hilarious for everyone
funny.
except for me.
That was pretty funny. That was funny because of Bob, especially. Did you ever watch?
Okay.
What's that movie called?
Monsters vs Aliens
No, not Monsters vs Aliens. Is it Monsters vs Aliens?
with Bob.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what Bob's from. Bob's from Monsters vs Aliens.
Yeah, bro. That's a top tier film. That's a film.
Yeah, I remember that
man.
being pretty good.
That's a film. All right, go on and tell them who the rest of the. Here's the thing. You tell me like, hey, we'll do the podcast at 9 after my work commitments and whatnot. You just been like looking at things.
I've been looking at things because I'm reading a very interesting article here regarding this movie, which we will discuss later.
Okay. So it's not like.
But also, like
this
this is my bedtime, bro. You told me 9 p.m. because like this is the only time we could do it. But like I'm here winding down. And also, it's not very often that we do a podcast on a full stomach. Like, I made a three course meal for myself.
Oh, that's fair enough.
And I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Like I can't eat before exercise or podcasting. It just messes.
I
with
agree
me.
with that. I
normally carbo load the night before a podcast, but not the day of.
Well, that's because when you jump into the podcasting world, this is what people don't understand. When you click the red button and the red button is flashing, you're fight, flight, or freeze, and you can't do that with a full stomach.
You are fight, flight, or freeze.
We're gonna make a T-shirt with fight, flight, or freeze on it. Well, that's gonna because we've used that in probably the last 18 episodes.
That's right, and that's 100% our property. You know?
I mean, we invented like at least the freeze element of it.
I don't think so, but we can say we did, you know, until someone tells us we didn't.
So just chuck out a couple more names, and then we'll talk about the characters that are
we've
slew of characters.
We've got Paul
in this
Judd.
movie.
Paul Judd? Paul Judd?
Paul Rudd.
Paul
man.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
just kept repeating that until I...
We got Paul Judd. We got Sandy Bamberg. We got Hong Mulaney. Like Hong Mulaney's in this. We got all these heads. Like, that's all the heads that we've
J.K.
got.
Simmons. We got Keegan-Michael Key.
I know. Well, when did he come into it? Who is he?
He was
I've got Coles
dude. You're getting Coles. He's
Bjornsson.
Bjornsson. That's right. He's the cheese man.
Oh.
He's the cheese man.
That's too funny.
We got Flula Borg as DJ Herzogenorach, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that was the snake, the snake
DJ.
DJ.
When he said I'm DJ Herzogenorach, that just made me laugh because it's like, you know, you imagine hearing that on the dance floor. Put your hands up for DJ Herzogenorach stuff.
We've got Devon McDonald as Jimmy, and that's just respect to Devon.
We got Kiki Lane as Ellie. She was a real person in this one. She wasn't a character.
Yep, yeah, she was the detective's.
She was the detective,
the right hand man. We got Tim Robinson as Ugly Sonic. So there's heads in this, and there's probably more heads that we haven't even mentioned.
And that's it. And that's all we need to say. So can we just talk about bro? You getting Coles? Dude, you getting
I've
Coles?
got like 4 Coles, bro. This is
what's going on. This Zoom meeting's only
off.
40 minutes. We don't have time to mess around with Coles.
What I want to say is this movie is very much of this time, and I think it also makes fun of this time in regards to the fact that this is just a movie of cameos. You come in here for the cameos. You come in here to see your favorite characters in a different setting and within a different space. I think that even though, you know, there is 2D and 3D animation within a 3D human world, I think that they do it. I think that they do it tremendously. I think that it works really well. I think that it's hilarious at times.
Yeah, there was no times where I was thinking like, nah, something's off here.
And I think the funniest element of that is the fact that Chip and Dale both start off as 2D characters, and then Dale gets CGI surgery and becomes a 3D character.
Yeah.
And I mean, he looks crisp.
He does look crisp. I mean, you can see every particular, you know, hair follicle on his body.
And you can hear the Andy Sambergness more, I think, when he's CGI character like that. But Vincent, out of all the heads that popped up in this, out of all the Eric Banners, out of all the J.K. Simmons, what was the thing for you that made you go like, that's hilarious?
As in, like,
this is why we're here. The cameo of a character. The
cameos. All right, so I actually wrote down 2 cameos that I found hilarious. And they were both, bro, is this another call?
No, that's all right. It's not a call. I just got to...
Okay, that's right. That's right. So these were both literally at the end of the movie. And we got the cricket from Pinocchio has been I don't know, they do some like modifications to characters to get around copyrights. That's the whole plot of the movie. I don't know if you said that in the plot, but you know,
no.
The bad guy in this movie, who is Peter Pan, he basically
Sweet Pete. He's Sweet Pete.
Sweet Pete. Sweet Pete. That's
Sweet
right.
Pete.
Okay, we can stop saying that now. And he essentially kidnaps characters who haven't paid back, you know, the money they owe for like stinky cheese, which I'm assuming is meant to be, a metaphor for drugs.
It's meant to be an opiate. It's like an opioid in this movie, because there's like a den in which individuals.
Oh, that's right.
Eat cheese.
Yeah. In Keegan-Michael Key's cheese area, and basically, you know, he kidnaps these people that haven't paid, and just like removes some features and adds some other ones, and just like basically draws them differently to make bootlegs of the movies, which I mean it's kind of a hilarious premise. Like, you know, they say like they erase their mouth, and they've literally just got an eraser, and now they can't talk. You know, I mean, if I was a cartoon and in that world, I'd be worried. Like, I'd trip and fall and graze my mouth, and I can't speak. That's it. That's it for me.
You're done. You're done for.
You're done.
And that's our bread and butter, speaking.
So at the end, there was like they open up the crate and there's all these bootleg characters, and one of them was the cricket from Pinocchio, but dude was jacked and looked like a Ninja Turtle. And that was hilarious. And the other one is there was the Paul Rudd or Paul Judd, however you want to pronounce his name. He was talking at like one of the fan cons or comic cons or whatever, and he was talking about they actually wanted to call it Ant Man, about a guy who was just like who just loved who just got along really well with people's aunts. And at the end there was a poster with Paul Rudd as Ant Man, and that was hilarious. That genuinely made me laugh. The rest of the movie did not make me laugh.
Yeah, I was about to say to you just then, like, if it wasn't for like seeing Bob at the end, like, because that's from a top tier show, top tier movie, and like now knowing that Keegan-Michael Key was in this movie, and he's 51, so like he's doing things, but I really did not like this movie at all.
This was one of the worst movies I've seen. Do you know, I like Andy Samberg. I like almost anything he creates, but the character in this movie is probably the lowest tier of characters in just like a general story, because he was just like the dumb idiot that kind of is almost dumb to beyond believability. You know what I mean? It's always like he things happen and go his way because he's just so dumb that they just end up working out. And that's just it was the most frustrating viewing experience I've had in a while. Anytime Andy Samberg talked, I wanted to punch a hole through my iPad.
And look, that's not what you want to do, because then how are you going to watch your movies? How are you going to do computer science things? How are you going to do iPad things?
That's right.
And like really, really, like an iPad is a laptop, but it's just in a more convenient case. You know what I mean? It's what it is. But I agree with you, Vincent. I think that, this movie it sort of fits, it sort of, I don't know where it fits on that line of whether this is a kid's movie or whether this is a movie for adults. Maybe I think we might have fell out of the range between kids and adulthood. Like we are adults, but like older adulthood, where this is actually exciting and engaging.
Yeah, but who's it engaging for? Even if you grew up watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, I can't find any redeeming qualities apart from the nostalgia factor. I think the premise of the story is good. It's like, in the Disney universe, that's cool. You see all the different characters. I think that's really cool. I think the story is top tier garbage. Because also it's just the most stock standard cookie cutter story. They don't like each other, and one of them, wants to get back together, and then at the end they are both friends because they go through something together, and that's what it is. And also the part where they were talking about, it's Ellie, she's the bad guy, because it's always the captain, the police captain, he's always the crook, and then it's like, it actually is the police captain. You don't knock it if it works or something like that. And as soon as J.K. Simmons said that, I said, bro, I'm going to whiplash you the hell out of here. All right?
Well, that rambling of anger was not bad necessarily. Like, you weren't necessarily bad in what you were saying. But he did say, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't get that quite right.
Now, I also didn't get why J.K. Simmons' character as the captain was he just always had like muck on him, and like he had like birds in it.
I'm not sure who he was meant to be.
Like, is that a bit? Is that a bit? Because that was hilarious to me, because I didn't understand. And I think that there are some good things. There are some really good things in this movie. that are
Captain
awesome
Putty.
because they're stupid. I think that there are like you said that element where you said that thing before that Andy Samberg, you didn't like him because he was just so stupid, but it worked out that it didn't work for you. He was one of those characters where all these things go wrong, but somehow they go right because it's played for comedic effect. I actually like some elements within his thing. I like the way that he figured out that Ellie and Chip were
That was
being
kind of
held
funny.
hostage.
That was kind of funny.
Where he just rambles and finds his way to the right answer without actually, Mans didn't do the preparation, but he got what he needed to get.
He didn't do the work. He didn't do the correct working out, but he got the same answer.
Mm-hmm. I also like when they were going to kill the bad guy at the end of the piece.
Yeah, the
And
ugly
they
Sonic
do it-
bit was pretty funny.
What, as the FBI agent?
Yeah, just ugly Sonic in general.
That was funny. I mean, I wasn't on that topic specifically at this point, but
Oh,
I
you didn't say
appreciate
something
that
about
you
Sonic?
brought it up.
I thought you were talking about Sonic. You cut out for a second. I just heard talking about Sonic.
I was talking about at the end how they take down the bad guy who.
Okay.
And they get the birds to distract the cat.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. And Mans is like waking up. He's like, "How are we going to bring money into this household if you don't let me go to work?"
Oh, okay, yeah. Like there were little bits, and,
So I
and
should
there were
just explain
hilarious
very
bits.
quickly. I should just explain very quickly for those who haven't watched it, who's probably a lot of these people that are listening. So in these cartoon worlds, when someone gets hit or they're about to be knocked out and they got the birds flying around, within this universe, when someone gets hit and they're stunned, a bird gets a coal. Like he's getting work coals, and he has to get coaled into work. So he lives somewhere else. He has to fly his way over to this man's and start floating around his head. And I think that's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Did you enjoy the fact that like drugs are cheese and like Monterey Jack is just like he's just on the stingers like daily? And like, is Monterey Jack like a cat or is he a mouse? I don't get it.
I think he's a cat.
Mans looks like a cat. Cats
he's a
don't eat
cat.
cheese, bro. They messed up because cats don't eat cheese.
Yeah, I mean,
And look, I'm all about my
this
cheddar,
cat does.
but Monterey Jack is not.
Monterey Jack. Nah, he's a mouse. He's not a. He's a mouse. 100% a mouse or a chipmunk. I think they're all chipmunks. Yeah, they're all chipmunks. They're all chipmunks.
Oh, okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How is Keegan Michael Key 51 and he's still going Shakalaisha like that? How's he doing? Because like at this point, no one's listening, so that's just a question for you, Vincent.
I mean, that's just Keegan Michael Key things, you know.
All right, let's talk about Ugly Sonic for a bit, and then we'll give a rating of this movie, and then we'll get out of here.
Ugly Sonic. I mean, that was just hilarious because he's out there trying to get the fans to sign things for fans, and they're calling him ugly, and he's like mad that the internet, when that first trailer came out, they were mad that Sonic had teeth. So they got him redesigned, which I think is hilarious.
And what a great marketing scheme for that movie, which turned out to be a very good movie.
Did it?
Have you seen the Sonic movie?
Nah.
That's good. That's top tier. That's top tier content.
Is it? It doesn't look like something I would want to watch.
Did you enjoy this?
This movie?
Yeah.
No, this is top tier trash. Also, I'm reading a news article that.
Oh yeah, tell me this.
So the Rescue Rangers movie, which this makes me like it even less. Rescue Rangers movie is criticised for similarities between Peter Pan's story arc and the life of the actor who voiced the character in the original film. So, bro, this is absolutely top tier.
Oh
top
no,
tier.
is this in regard to the fact that the original Peter Pan character he moved into a life of unsavory things or had some challenges with his mental health and they just sort of threw him out?
Yeah. So
Is this what this is about?
Well, this is what the Daily Mail is saying. So I don't trust this because they've got
Tell me about the
600
Daily Mail.
They got
Bro, Daily Mail is fake news, man.
I know,
I don't
I
care.
know.
I'm not affiliated with Donald Trump in any way, but Daily Mail is fake news.
Yeah, Daily Mail is not
Like-
not what's it called, but this is what
You go
spun
on
me
Daily
onto
Mail,
this
Vincent.
thing. Huh?
Vincent, you go on Daily Mail right now and you click, you will find your way to an article that says, warning, gorilla pox found in South America.
That's hilarious.
They're already onto gorilla pox.
They're onto gorilla.
They're already
fox,
there.
Bro. They've been evolving.
They've
But anyway,
evolved, man.
the original voice actor for Peter Pan was his contract was cut short because man started getting like excessive acne, and they didn't want to do all the makeup, and then he died. As in, not immediately after, but he died later.
But what Peter Pan movie was this?
He was the voice actor in the original Peter Pan.
So Mans is a voice actor.
Yeah, but he was doing acting things as well.
And Mans got acne, and he couldn't do voice acting.
He's not just doing voice acting.
Yeah, but I don't get that. That's the whole thing about voice acting. Like, why is he not Peter Pan anymore?
Bro,
are you saying just from general acting he's been cancelled? He's been cancelled from general acting.
Bro, he's been cancelled from general acting. All right, like he was in other acting things, you know. Like he does other acting.
And then he died.
Yeah, he died because he died from drugs and alcohol abuse or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they're saying that people getting mad because they took his story and basically poke fun at it as Sweet Pete in this movie.
Thing
the acne thing, and that's exactly what happened in this one. And then yeah.
No, that is upsetting to think about that, and to think about not even just old school Hollywood, but new school Hollywood. Like they're still doing those sorts of things.
I mean, that's just Hollywood. I mean, that's just big corporation things in general.
I mean, that's Big Pharma, that's Big Disney, that's Big Dis Nuts. That's all of them, right? But Vincent, let's just give this a rating out of 10. I'm going to give it a 4.3. I'm going to
give it a 1.8.
And that's from strictly a moral perspective as well. Vincent,
that's also a moral perspective.
I don't know what else we do on this podcast, but tell them where they can find us,
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Patreon. Yeah, just tell you, because, I mean, you're the only one listen to this at this point. It's 9:24 and you're the only one listening to this. Like, come on, man. I
mean, bro, it's late, man.
I mean, it's late. Running out of time. Get the heck out of here, Zoom. Trying to cramp our style. Yeah, I mean, this is just a top tier trash movie. I mean, look, it's fine, but honestly, it's not worth it.
We've already told them where they can find us, Vincent. We've told them.
All right, see you later. Talk soon. The heck out of here.
Hey, talk soon. Hey. The shame is no one's going to see that, Yeah, because people won't see how mad you were that I cut you off. Are you still filming? Because that's hilarious, because I'm still filming. Anyway, talk soon.